time after time, born of His Spirit and washed in His blood. And what He did for
It's Saturday. It's Self-Care Saturday. And we are getting for our reading. We'll let a couple people come into the room before we get started. And then we're going to hop right into it and do what we came here to do, which was to inspire one another, motivate one another. Hi, Shawnee. Encourage one another, lift one another up, all that good stuff. So thank you so much for tapping in. Welcome in the room. Welcome in, Keisha. Miss Jiggy, welcome in. We are currently live on all platforms. So if you are on other platforms and you see my beautiful face, it is still me, Coach King. And thank you so much for joining my team, gorgeous Nikki. How are you, beautiful? How are you, my love? Thank you so much for my gift. I appreciate you. You guys are coming in the building, tapping it up this Saturday. We have a little gospel, little Christian vibe going on today. Yeah, same to you, Nikki. And we're going to get our daily reading done. That's what we're going to do. Thank you so much for lighting up my gift gallery. Thank you so much. You guys, make sure you follow Nikki T929. Make sure you follow my top gifters. Also, make sure you follow my other top gifter, Miss Nikki and Miss Mo Jicky. Thank you, Mo, for my gifts. Thank you. I think I have us all set up, guys. I think we are ready to kill it. Let me just check one more platform and make sure we are good to go and we can see all of the comments. How are you guys doing today? Tell me where you're tapping in from. I never give you guys a chance to really tell me where you're tapping in from because I see you so focused on doing what I came live for. It's so easy to go live and get sidetracked and be on everything but what you're supposed to be on. Hi, Gray. How are you? Is it Gray? I wanted to make sure. Is that? I thought maybe that was the WNBA player. Chandra Gray. Last name is Gray. Bucks County, PA. Oh, let's go, PA. Okay, let's go. I am, luckily, this time of the year, I usually live in New Jersey. Well, I usually live in New Jersey in the summer, but this year I switched it. So I am currently in the Jersey area, in the Lawrence, I think it's Princeton. We actually, my nephew and nieces go to Princeton private school, so we live in the Princeton area. That's where we are. I don't really know, if it's, I don't know, because I'm from Arizona. I've been in Arizona 20 years. My family lives here, and I came home for a little bit. It's very pretty, a lot of trees, a lot of greenery, and the neighborhood we're in, it's got this big, beautiful forest behind it where deer come out. You can see deers and geese and ducks in a lake. It's so beautiful over here, but I haven't been anywhere else. So I guess I'm assuming in my mind that I believe that everywhere in New Jersey looks like this because I've only been here and to church. That's it. Nowhere else. Don't really do much else. If I go to the store, it's right outside our neighborhood, which is literally you could walk to it. I just hop in my sister's car and go to, I think it's called Rite-Aid. No, ShopRite. I keep calling it Rite-Aid, but if I wait a minute, I can get it right. I go to the ShopRite, but right next to the ShopRite, there's a furniture store, a Ross, a Ren, a nail place, a Nike outlet, Bloomingdale's, Nordstrom's Rack, a whole bunch of stuff. I should go Cape May. What is that? Nikki, what is that? Thank you. In a great location. I haven't even went shopping yet. I've been so focused on just working and helping with the family and doing stuff with the family that I haven't. It's a beach? Okay. Right now, I wouldn't want to be around anybody's water. To me, you guys, it is so cold in New Jersey. I'm sorry. I think it's freezing. I think that winter is angry at summer and spring and fall because fall cheated on winter with summer. Fall cheated on winter with summer, and now winter wakes up every November pissed off and does freezing rain, snow, sleet, and all of that, and all of that, and all of that. And I think that on this side of the country, that winter is mad at fall and summer, and that's why she acts like that. It's her get back. Yep, I believe that. You can't tell me much different. As you can't tell me much different, guys. That's what I believe. I believe this in my soul about winter. I believe winter is an angry season. It's pissed off at summer and it's mad at fall. And as a result, we stuck in the middle with snow and sleet and freezing temperatures. That's how I feel. I don't know if that's true or not. This is my first winter in 25 years. But when I tell you, I'm not liking it. We're going to leave it at that and get on our reading. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. If you're new here, every day I come live and I share with you an impactful and powerful reading to help grow who you are, how you live, how you think, and how you function, to help enhance your relationship, your lifestyle, and your wellness journey. If you are a person on a wellness journey like me, after losing 479 pounds naturally, I've learned a couple of things, and maintaining it for 10 years, I've mastered some things about living, about life, and about behavior as it relates to wellness. And it helps that I've been educated in the field of behavioral health and mental health, and worked as a clinical coordinator and got my training as a professional counselor many years ago, where I was able to be in this field of just studying the severities of mental health and emotional well-being. As a result, what I learned on my own journey after being given 30 days to live and weighing 592 pounds, obese, I learned that a lot of the things that were happening with me directly were tied and correlated to two things: my behavior and fear. And as a result, I've had to deal with the behavior and deal with the fear. And from dealing with those two things simultaneously and consistently for a long time, I've been able to achieve the results that you see in front of you and maintain those. I'm not new. I'm not new to this. I'm not here for the long time. I'm not here for the wrong time. I'm not here for a quick fix, a quick slit, or a quick hit. I'm here for the long time. I'm going to stay around a while. I've been doing it for 10. I'm not new. This ain't a 6 months. Be inspired by me. Follow me. Click the link in the bio. This isn't an 8-month. Go to my link and get your injection. That's not what this is. Although I do support all those communities because I believe in wellness and people has a right to choose. I actually am a therapeutic weight loss coach. I work with your mind. They do all that other stuff. I take away all the convolutions of, if I could just do this and I could do this, if I can get down to 160, I'll be happy. No, you won't. Yeah. I shatter all the delusions. If I could just stay in a caloric deficit. No, it doesn't last long. Your memory, your body begins to remember the caloric deficit. And over time, you have to eat less and less and less and less. Did you know if you are on a caloric deficit and you want to lose weight and you hit a plateau, did you know that the only way at that point, because if your body is a muscle and the memory, the only way to get your body to shift is to eat less calories? To what point some people are only eating 400 and 500 calories a day to maintain their weight loss results they've achieved? Because if they eat more than that a day, they will begin to gain weight back, because the body is a memory and it's being taught that the only way it can sustain weight and that the only way the metabolism will move is if I starve it. It's a memory, just like everything else. That's why being educated and also having both the educational background, the personal experience, and the consistency of training, they call them continued education credits, is relevant, particularly in weight loss and wellness. You can't just be out here slapping up your before and after telling people you can change their lives if you ain't done none of the work necessary to make sure you're getting them healthy. Anybody can teach somebody to lose weight, but can you help a woman and a man seek ultimate health forever? I can. I've been doing it for 10 years now. Okay. What I want you to understand and wrap your mind around is that the avenue that you pursue something is effective. Most of them are. There's very few diets that don't work at all. All diets, all shakes, all of those things do something because people focus on the things that help weight loss. That's not what we're debating here. What we're debating and discussing is the longevity to the methods we pursue. Okay? Whatever method you get in your protein right now, will you be able to get your protein in that same way in 30 years when you're 90? Right? Am I going to still be able to do those same things I decided to do today in 40 years? And will it be the death of me? Am I damaging my body? Is my goal to get a thinner waist, leaving me in a circumstance where when I'm 50, 60, 70, or 80, my organs, my lungs, my heart is going to be in a deprived state, a damaged state, a torn state due to nutrition, rapid heart rate from losing weight, gaining weight, losing weight, gaining weight? Is my tissues and tendons going to be worn down from the heaviness and then the lightness, from the heaviness? Are these things all wear on our temple? They don't disappear. All the damage that I did to my body at 592 pounds, I still deal with it today. I still deal with it today. I still deal with the arthritic pains, the aches, the scars, and the wounds from being that large. I have multiple scars on my neck and chest from a multitude of ports and pick lines that I had to receive. And even though I'm not living with those symptoms to this disease, I have the markings of this disease on me. I didn't cure my terminal illness. I have controlled the symptoms and how rapid are responding, right? Like the thing about, let's give you an example, diabetes. What we do is we get our you get your AC1 under control, right? And then you get your actual sugar levels decreased, right? And as a result, you may always have the history of diabetes, but you don't always have to have medications, shots, etc., right? Why? Because you learn to live a lifestyle that puts those symptoms to your disease at bay, right? The lifestyle allows you not to live in a symptomatic space. It's not that I'm cured from everything I've ever had. It's that I no longer live with the symptoms of the diseases that I was once diagnosed with. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Because I know sometimes when we're in a desperate state and we believe A equals B, we'll say, as long as I can get rid of this, let's say PCOS, I can lose weight. But if you've developed an addiction to chewing and eating before going to bed in order to feel loved and comfortable, it doesn't matter what level of PCOS you have. That's got nothing to do with you having PCOS. That's a behavior you've developed to deal with your emotional irregularities, and you're using your PCOS because the weight gain that you're getting from doing this behavior is over here, and you're calling it PCOS when really it's you eating late at night and going to sleep like a baby because you lonely and depressed that you ain't got no man. That's why you wait 12 hours to eat that one big meal, which is 20,000 calories daggone there for some of y'all. You go to the gas station, the drive-through, and the grocery store to get your dinner each night, to come home after starving yourself all day to eat 9,000 calories literally, and go to bed and wake up and do the same thing again and say, I don't know why I can't lose weight. I'm struggling to lose weight because of my thyroid. No, it's your habits. It has nothing to do with your medical condition. They're not even in the same field. You're over here and your conditions over here. They're not even aligned up no more. Because what's going on with you mentally has overcome all of that other physical stuff. It just looks like it's physical because the mental behavior that you're carrying out is making your physical be ever present. Shortness of breath, back hurt, back pains, period problems, migraine headaches, loss of hair, dry skin, swelling around your ankles and legs, smells coming from your vaginal and your bottom. Creases and cuts with tears, rips, and wounds in your body, in your skin leaking smells and scents from the creases in your arms. Although they may be symptoms of a disease you have, it's the behavior of the eating routine you follow that's triggering those, not the other way around. What I'm trying to get you to understand is that these things that we think are not related are why we can't seem to keep the motivation to stay on a wellness journey. It's because you're looking at the wrong thing. You think as long as you don't eat before 8, after 8 o'clock, you'll keep the weight off and lose it. And I don't eat after 7, and that's been a blessing to me. Yeah, that may be a blessing to you, but you realize it's unrealistic to how what life works. Because you realize if you go in another time zone, you can't not eat after 7 because it's 7 o'clock in some places. It's only 5 and 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And if you only, you got to train your metabolism needs to work all, your metabolism needs to cut on automatically all the time. You got to train so it can cut on no matter what and no matter what time. And if you have a more active, you got to eat in a certain, so that and then the energy. You know what? Never mind. reading. I just finished the workshop where they was dropping all the nuggets about the cycle and then how the mindset plays in it. And I was just about to take you through the 125 is what he called it, but I ain't gonna even do it. All I'm saying is listen to this trick. Behaviorally, you can have a behavioral thought that can drive your physical activities. Okay, you can have a behavioral thought that will drive your physical activities, that will then allow you to create a pseudo belief system about your actions to dummy down your responsibility and the role you are playing and where you are in your life. Ooh, that's all I'm gonna say. Day 93. Welcome in, babies. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in, and happy Saturday. How are you? I know sometimes I be too deep. Sometimes I be too deep for me. Sometimes I had to tell God I'm gonna slow down before these people beat me up because I can't fight. Hi, Minnie. Hi, Good, right? Hi, Benita. How are you? I can't fight. But I've been through some cycles of some things with thousands and thousands of women, and it didn't matter their age, their demographic, their income, their race, their sexual orientation, how they identified, their religious belief system. It didn't matter what their before and after experiences were. It didn't matter if they were child sexual abuse victims or not. It didn't matter if they believed in this type of God or with this type. None of those things were relevant. But one thing was constant no matter what color they were or lifestyle they had lived. We all contained a diabolical belief system about how we reached the situation in which we were currently in. And for many of us, when we told the stories, we assumed zero responsibility. When we told our story, we assumed zero responsibility. It was they, them, he, she, and why. It was as if I was living in someone else's story and it all had affected me versus me being in my own life, accepting responsibility for some of the things that occurred because I put myself in the place in order to be in the face of those circumstances. I didn't magically, accidentally always land up in the wrong spot. I showed up there. I took me there. It's only so much blaming we can do so far in our lives. It's only so much pointing we can do. It's only so much I used to be abused. It's only so much I was molested. It's only so much I'm recovering drug addicts. It's only so much of our past pain that we can allow to be an excuse for our behavior today. It's only so much we can give credit to. Because if you still basing everything you experienced in the past on how you behave today, then you might as well go on back. Because you ain't overcame nothing. If your whole presence of presentation and availability as a human person being is based on all of your traumatic experiences, you might as well go back to them because they still doing what they did to you. If you still walking around victimized, abused, beaten, drugged down in the dirt, and that's how you grew up, you might as well go back to being a child again. If you no longer with the man that beats you, but you walk around like you're being beaten every day, you might as well get beat. Now, do I mean literally go beat? No. I'm talking about in your mind. See, if we don't get free from the pain associated with our stories that identify and make us who we are, we're simply retelling our stories and reliving the pain. And although we say we're healed, we're simply dragging that trauma out every time we tell that story because it's what we need to identify to have an identity of who we are. I have victims that have been through some traumatic stuff, and one day I asked them to identify themselves minus their traumas. I asked them to tell me their life story, but minus the pain. The woman couldn't tell me anything positive about her life. Even when she spoke of the multiple degrees she had achieved, she reminded me that she was a rape victim, and that's why she did it. How she was going to prove her rapist wrong. When she talked about her PhD, she said she did it because she was proving the man that was beating her at the time wrong. So I had to ask, I was forced to ask, baby, did you do anything just for you? Just because you wanted to. Just because you mattered enough to. Just because you were worth the fight. Just because you deserved the honor. See, sometimes we're so caught up in that pain and running from it and what people have done to us. It becomes to a what they done to me is how we identify our future existence. We think we've moved on, but what we've done is we built another version of them still abusing us, except now we're allowing them to abuse us with our own words because we're the ones regurgitating the identity. I was talking to a woman and she was telling me a story. And the way she told this story, you guys, I thought it was happening right now. When she got to the end and I said, what services should I help you get? She said, oh, it was 15 years ago. She used every single sentence was present tense. Every single statement was, well, he keeps beating me. She didn't say he kept. She said, and when I would try to eat, he takes the food from me and makes me starve. Every word was present tense. So although she is newly married, although she's in a new relationship, although she's moved to a new city, in her mind, she's still being beat, except she's the abuser. She's the offender. She is the perpetrator. The man who harmed her is actually dead. She is keeping his memory alive by torturing herself with the pain she endured at his hands. This, my love, is not forgiveness. This is fear. Fear makes us continue to tell our stories in the past pain. Fear makes us live in the darkness because we're afraid of what identity without that would be. For a very long time, if I wasn't the overly educated, smart, black, married woman, I didn't know who I would be. For some of us, if we're no longer the sexually abused, raped, molested cancer survivor, we don't know who we are. For many of us, we identify ourselves and introduce ourselves with our trials, troubles, and traumatic situations. Within 5 minutes, a total stranger knows your entire life and all the negative of it at that. We call it a calling card. It's where every time you meet someone, the first thing you do is show them your calling card of pain. Some of us are addicted to attention through our sympathetic past, so we don't know how to tell them things that may not pull a heartstring. We don't know how to share parts of us that may not get a reaction. Many of us require a sense of admiration, and so therefore we make things more colorful in exchange. Remember, I don't stand on a soapbox. I am the soapbox. I've been there. I've done that. I'm not speaking at you. I'm telling my truth. I'm not telling you you're doing something I haven't done. If you follow me past 5 minutes, you know that everything we do here is a reflection of what is required for me to stay clean and sober from alcohol and food addiction. I am a food addict. It was not my PCOS. It was not the terminal blood condition. It was not the diabetes, the heart attacks, the strokes, the seizures, the 9 intubations, the sepsis. It was not those things. I mean, I wanted it to be the 29 blood clots. I wanted it to be the terminal illness. I wanted it to be the clot in my brain. I wanted it to be endometriosis. I wanted it to be my tumor on my thyroid. I needed it to be my depression. I needed it to be my body dysmorphia. But the truth to the matter is I reached 592 pounds because it was me. I am the culprit of my demise. I drive my ship. I put the key in the engine and I wreck it. No one else. If it goes off track, it's because I'm driving. See, one of the things I've learned about fear is the best way to live in it is to avoid responsibility. Fear can only dwell when we're not responsible enough to accept that we've had fault or may have moved inappropriately or incorrectly at any time in our life. Fear allows us to create this sense of facade that we never make a mistake, we never make errors, that we never hurt people or harm people or drop the ball. And that's all a lie. Fear will have you thinking you don't know why people keep acting like that towards you. Fear will have you thinking your attitude is acceptable and everybody else's is unacceptable. Fear have you thinking people looking at you, talking about you, and thinking of you when they got more on their mind than you can ever imagine. But because you so sick in the head, you think people actually care enough to be considerate to sit around and think about you. I got to tell you a secret. If you sitting around thinking about you like that, guess what they doing? Sitting around thinking about them. Yeah. They thinking about them, baby. They not thinking about you. I'm telling you, just like you laying up in the bed trying to figure out what you going to do with your life, that person you think is laying around thinking about you, they actually laid up in the bed thinking about what they going to do with their own life. See, we're self-absorbed. We so fixated and sick-zated. See, you ain't get that word sick-zated. We're so sick-zated. We're sick in the mind about a lot of things, theories, and concepts that we can't even see it was diluted from the beginning. I used to always say, well, they gonna feel some type of way and they gonna talk about me and they're gonna stare at me if I go to this restaurant and they may, but they won't stare past 5 minutes because they gonna be so caught up in they stuff that they not worried about my stuff. And if they become worried about my stuff, then I'm gonna invite them to help me fix it. You see, what I learned is for me, I'm so caught up in my thing, I can't worry about your thing. I don't want you to think I'm sitting around thinking about you because your heart, your feelings is going to get hurt. I'm sitting around thinking about me. I'm sitting around thinking about me, y'all. Morning Star, I'm sitting around Rosie. I'm sitting around Miss Kia. I'm sitting around thinking about Kenya. I'm not thinking about you like that. I'm not stressed out about you. See, in my recovery, what it taught me is that no matter how much I stress and worry about another person's problems, people, places, or things, I have no power, no will, no force, and no capabilities to fix your stuff and mine too. No matter how much I worry. Rosie, hi, baby. Thank you for the gift. No matter how much I worry, guys, no matter how much I stress, I have no capabilities, power, will, or strength outside of thyself that I can fix both your problems and mine. I can give you advice. I can listen. I can go with you. I can encourage you. But there is no capabilities and will within me that can fix all of your problems and mine too. So we get to move past the fear of what they gonna say and do. So if you somebody out there worried about what they gonna think about you, if you go to that place, go to the place. We ain't worried about how much did you eat to get to that size. I eat 22 to 2,800 calories a day. I eat 7 times a day. I start eating at 12 noon and I finish eating at between 10 o'clock at night. It's my latest snack. So 2 shakes a day, 3 snacks a day, 3 meals a day. So 2 shakes a day, 2 snacks a day, 3 meals a day. I don't do any form of dieting, love book. And I ate everything. Can you change how your... Yes, you can change how your metabolism works, Brooke. It's called metabolic rate training, and it's done by protein pacing and intermittent fasting. The first thing you have to do is detox your entire body, including your tongue. So you want to do some type of 11 or 15-day shred so that you can remove any form of gluten, soy, wheat, and other chemical toxins that are in processed foods from the body. Those slow the metabolism down, and it confuses the metabolism's message. The metabolism is just like anything else. The brain sends a message to the stomach. Certain chemicals in our bodies that are toxins that have been in our body a long time slow that communication down. This is why detox is important. I know there's a bunch of people on this app that tell you that you don't need to detox and they should shoot themselves in the foot. Anyone knowledgeable about toxins will tell you that we are actually exposed to hundreds of thousands of toxins that have nothing to do with eating in our body, our skin, our breathing, in our cars, our homes, in the electricity plugged in the wall releases toxins. Your laptop releases toxins. The cell phone you're watching me on releases toxins. They all get into your body, your skin, your hair, your nails, etc. This is why detox is relevant. Detox is relevant. And let's just focus on detoxing of the gut, the body, the mind. Let's just talk about those three areas where a person with intermittent fast nutritionally detox the body. I'm not talking about drinking apple cider vinegar and water in a fruit diet. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about continuing to fuel your body with proper supplements and nutrition while putting your body in ketosis and apogee to retrain the metabolic muscle while breaking down visceral fat through urine. I'm not talking about pooping. I'm not talking about sitting on the toilet. You scared to go outside. You can't go nowhere for 7 days because you trying to lose weight and you on some kind of fruit thing and it give you diarrhea. That's not what I'm talking about. You're more than willing to do that. That's just not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is you learning the difference between thirst and hunger. You learning the difference of when your metabolism is actually cut on and when it's moving. And this comes from learning you, working with people who do this and teach you the triggers and the cues that your body give you. When we have dealt with heightened stress, toxins, medical issues, and mental health stresses, concerns, trauma, grief, loss, including COVID, the messaging that the body and the brain used to have are not directly linked in a lot of people for a lot of reasons. For me in particular, I, at a very early age, began to emotional eat. So it did not matter what people did for me for my entire life because I was struck. Mickey, oh my gosh, Kay. I send you some love and like miss you too. Thank you for the love. So one of the things that helped me change my metabolism and how it works, guys, was I was a food addict. So I actually didn't have a regular hunger cue. My cues to eating were all triggered by whatever emotional state I was currently in. Are you following me, Wendy? Are you catching me? Is it Swiss Swiss Galu? Are you catch Queen? Are you catching it? I didn't know when I was actually hungry because I didn't eat for hunger. I ate for feelings. Did y'all get that? Did y'all get it? I didn't eat for hunger. I ate for emotions. So I didn't when I first started out, because I've been fat twice. That's what I call it. I've lost weight before and gained it all back. And the reason why is because before I was under caloric restriction and deprivation. And the minute I couldn't restrict and deprive myself no more, I blew up and gained 389 pounds in 10 months because I have a food addiction. I ate over 20,000 calories every single day by 8 a.m. When I say food addiction, I mean real life 600-pound club person right here in front of you. Yep, real life. No surgery help because I have a rare condition and I wasn't a candidate, so I had to figure out a way. But here's the trick about my story. You guys realize that in this photo I was willing to die. I told the people that I was gonna die with a full stomach. When they told me I was gonna die, I actually looked the doctor in the face and said, well, at least I'll die with a full stomach. At 30, I was cool. I was cool at 30. Yeah, Brooke, sometimes I eat because of time. Yeah. Like I was like Not be hungry, but because everybody eats dinner at dinner time, I'll be ready to eat for dinner, but I might have ate more. But dinner is normally at 6 or 7. My brain said dinner time to eat. I'm gonna eat anyway. Because remember, I'm eating on my emotional, I'm driving on my emotional experiences, not my actual experiences, because the communication is broken. Right? Every time I got punched in the face, I ate. Every time someone hurt my feelings or made me feel bad about myself, I ate. Every time I was lonely, bored, or depressed, I ate. Do you understand? So it didn't matter how much restricting, cutting, or injecting I did, because I wasn't actually eating because of a medical issue. I was eating because of a mental issue. And until I fully addressed the mental issue, it didn't matter how skinny I got, how small my waist was, because she always came back up to the surface. Like, if you don't fix me, I'm going to start eating again. Because it was a coping skill. Many of us are on injections and getting surgeries, and then had a surgery, and now we on injections, 3 or 4 different 5 injection doses and all this and that. And we don't even want to accept the fact that something is going on mentally with us. We don't want to bow down and say, you know what, I might be going through something mentally. The job might be too stressful. But because you separated self from existing, you're not connecting the fact that your job. Kay! Ah, my baby! We're not accepting the fact that that job, it could be the reason why you're chronically overeating. That relationship you don't want to let go of could be the reason why you're overeating, or why you're starving yourself as a form of control. It is written, you have to learn to cope other. Yep, Brooke. My biggest flex has been my 15 new coping skills that I rock, and I've been doing for over 8 years. And one of them is what we're about to do right now. Are you ready? Are we ready for our reading today? Are we ready for our reading today? Okay, day 93 says, but even the very hairs of your head are all numbered. Fear not, therefore ye are of more value than many sparrows. Luke 12:7. Every part of me is precious and honorable and must be protected from fear. Every part of me is precious and honorable and must be protected from fear. 1. Thank you, God Almighty, for watching over my life in Jesus' name. 2. I am divinely protected from fear in Jesus' name. Now, the first book, good morning, good evening, Terry. The first book we're reading in, guys. Hi, I am the educator. The anti-educator, I think. The first book is 365 Days of Fear Not with David Komalafi. And we always read this one, and then we follow it up with our Codependency No More author, Melanie Beattie. Now, I've been reading these books for about 8 years. So they falling apart. They still doing the job, okay? So I know eventually I have to get new copies, but for right now, we're gonna read these until the vinyl instead of the vinyl fall off. We're gonna keep reading this, baby. Today is March 8th. We did March 7th. Let's see what it says. Today it says redefine service. No, wrong day. 3-8. Crown Knot. Kay, thank you for the likes. I miss you so much. I can't wait to come home. Just 3 more months. Okay, here we go. Your dreams are important. Thank you guys for the likes and the love. I'm appreciating. I'm loving seeing the numbers. I'm loving it. I see you guys on all the different outlets. I see you. Hi. I see you today. Okay. A woman told me about a dream she had, one that was bothering her deeply. What do you think it means? She asked. I don't know, I replied. Besides, it doesn't matter what I think. The important thing is what you think, what it's telling you. We dream 2 kinds of dreams: waking dreams and sleeping dreams. Both are powerful forms of consciousness. Our sleeping dreams, the images that dance in our minds while we sleep, hold many clues to life, growth, the future, the past, healing, and our connections with others. The main reveal suppressed emotions that They may reveal suppressed emotions. They may be bits and pieces of prophecy. They may be symbols of truths we're about to learn. Our walking dreams are important too. We go about daily with our expectations, wants, desires, hopes, our heart's plan for the future. We may not express these dreams. We may not even realize we are superimposing them on our lives. Much the same way we much the same way we can forget what we dream when we sleep. There's power in allowing ourselves to become conscious of our dreams. What our dreams are telling us about what we want, fear, for hope for, and desires. Expressing our dreams will connect us to our consciousness and a higher consciousness. Expressing them will connect us with the creative force. Tapping into our dreams help us tap into creativity. Creativity for our lives, creativity for projects. The powerful creative force of the universe. There's power in dreaming. Whether you're asleep or awake, take time to honor and express your dreams. Melanie Beattie, Journey to the Heart. And that was it's pretty much self-explanatory, which is there's two type of dreams, right? Which I talk about dreams sometimes, not a lot though. Well, in class, but not here. But she talks about the importance of dreaming and how sometimes you won't remember them. But I'm one of those people where I can't seem to remember my sleep dreams, but I have a lot of wake dreams, like a lot. God communicates to me when I'm awake. I'll tell you this. What I have learned about dreams over the last few years, I have learned that your dreams are actually a direct way for God to communicate with you. And that if you're not dreaming or you're having bad dreams, it could mean that your communication with God needs some work. And so I've been intentional about trying to make sure that I'm praying about dreams, both good and bad, when I have them. And I'm also making sure that I pray before going to bed at night and ask God to talk to me in my dreams, to show up in my dreams so I can hear what I'm supposed to hear, because during the day my brain is so busy. I don't know. So since I learned more about dreams, I'm just excited to hear God more, you know. But I also know sometimes I have bad dreams and I wake up and I immediately pray about them and ask God, if that it was any form of negativity or attack, that He steps in and does His thing on behalf of me and my family. And then more than anything, I know sometimes I'll have a dream and it'll put me in a state of fear. And if I don't pray through it or whatever, that it'll go on all day long. And so that's one of the real big reasons why I start doing positive affirmations and reading in the morning, because sometimes I can wake up with my brain in a negative state. It hasn't done that in about a year or two, but I used to wake up in doom, feeling like straight doom, like the world was about to fall into a pit and I was going with it. Hey, Heather. Hey, Melissa. Hey, Teresa. But today, I'm happy to say that I don't feel like that anymore. And it's come from me waking up every day on my weight loss journey for the last 8.5, 9 years and putting positivity in my brain over and over and over and over. And I know you're probably saying, Coach, you keep reading those same two books. And yes, because every time I read it, I learn something new about myself, about my journey, and about this process. So I'm so grateful to keep showing up, and I hope you are too. I'll see you guys tomorrow for I.R.I.S.E Sunday. Have a great night, and God bless you all. Thank you for rocking with me. I appreciate you. Thank you, guys.